Hello and welcome to Journeys. This is a space for raw, honest conversations about the stories that shape us. And I'm joined with Sarah today, and we're going to be exploring her journey to becoming a mother for the second time and what it looked like to approach this journey with more intention. So, first of all, welcome, Sarah.
Thank you.
And if I can, I'd like to bring you right back to your first experience. So, could you tell me a little bit about your first experience of pregnancy, birth, and motherhood?
Yeah. So the first time was really exciting because it was my first baby and I was just so excited to meet him. And the pregnancy itself was fairly smooth. You know, I felt good, felt healthy. I didn't have that much pains or I wasn't sick or anything. And then the birth then itself was quite hard and challenging. At 38 weeks, I went into the hospital because I had slow leaking waters. And then I was induced, which at the time I didn't realize that being induced was going to make it more painful and more intense. So the contractions were closer together. And I also didn't realize at the time that I didn't have to be induced. Like I didn't have to agree to be induced. Mm-hmm. So I suppose that was the major thing when I wanted to look at my second birth experience and my second pregnancy, that I realized that I actually had choices and that I was able to say no and that I was able to make the decisions that I wanted to make, not just go with the flow of what the hospital and the midwives wanted to do. So yeah, I was induced at 38 weeks due to slow leaking waters. And then about 2 centimeters in, I was like, this is just too painful. Like, you know, I definitely can't cope anymore. And I got the pethidine injection, which then made me really drowsy and sleepy. So I ended up falling asleep. And then I woke up again with like really painful contractions and really strong contractions. And they told me that I was 5 centimeters. And like, just in my mind, I was like, I definitely can't do this. Like, this is just so painful. And I asked for epidural. So then I got an epidural. And again, this took the pain away, as like many people will know that I've had it. And this is in the middle of the night. So I went to sleep again. And then I was just woken up and I was told that it's time to have your baby, that you should push now. So then when I was pushing for like an hour, they said that then I need to have an episiotomy. And again, when I look back now, I realized that all of these interventions led like to the episiotomy, to like how it was going. Whereas if I was left to be more natural, and if I didn't agree to the induction at the start, then I could have avoided a lot of these interventions.
And do you feel like the induction was explained properly to you at all?
No, yeah. So that was a part of the problem as well. I was kind of just told that, oh, we're just going to give you a gel and that's just going to help your labor along. It wasn't explained that, you know, this is an induction process and this is going to cause XYZ to happen in your body. And the result is more painful contractions, faster contractions, more intense labor. So yeah, I definitely realized then afterwards, like a few months down the line when I was reflecting on everything, like I wrote out my birth experience just for myself again, like on paper. I asked for my notes. I like met people like in the circle, the mommy circle that we have, that started making me question things. Whereas before I would have just been going along with everything, agreeing to everything, because I never actually realized that you have a choice, that you don't have to do what they say. You can do your own thing and you can make the decisions for yourself and for your experience to get what you want out of it. Mm-hmm. And that was what led me to the second experience that I had. And that was, you know, what I wanted to do.
And when did you realize that you wanted your second experience to feel differently?
Even before I got pregnant second time, I'd say like a few months after my first was born. I knew like we were always wanted to have a second child, and I knew that I just started thinking about like birth, and that it's not just obviously the goal is to get your child and to have a healthy child and everything, but you can also make an experience for yourself and you can enjoy it. And that's what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. And what did that awareness, that realization, how did that feel for you?
Oh, unreal. Yeah, it was amazing. Like and it is really hard to stand up for yourself and to be confident in your decision. Like, I think I would have thought that, oh, maybe I don't know as much as them, and like we should listen to them. And, you know, obviously they are amazing in what they do, and like they have, you know, good opinions and stuff, but you also have an opinion, and you have your own mind, you have your own decision making skills, and you can utilize them. You, like, even on my daughter, like, they're saying that they're going to book me in for an induction. Sure, I was telling them no, like, I'm not going to be induced. That was the main thing for me the second time, that I did not want to be induced. And like, it was crazy to just think that, well, you can say that all you want, but I'm not going to come in. Like, there's only one way that's going to come out. And she was definitely coming out, you know, at some stage.
And do you feel that you approached your second pregnancy differently than your first then?
Oh yeah, like on the first pregnancy, I was like, I was trying to inform myself, obviously, the best that I could and what I knew at that time. And like, the books I was reading were more about the physical changes that were happening. So each week I was like reading a book about, you know, what's happening to my body, what's happening like with the baby growing. And I was like, yeah, as I say, like trying to teach myself as much as I could, but it wasn't until like I actually went through the whole process in the hospital and all the interventions I had that I realized, like, oh my God, you know, this was just so crazy and so intense. And then like they were just saying to me like afterwards, oh, that was very straightforward. Like, and I was thinking, what? How could that be very straightforward? Like, I literally had probably all of the things that you can have, like down to paracetamol. Which isn't going to do much.
And they gave you paracetamol as well?
Yeah. So, yeah, the second time then I was looking deeper than the physical changes. And obviously that's really important, like, to know what's happening to your body as well. But so the second time I wanted to look deeper into like your mind frame, like how you're going to feel after, how you're going to feel during, what like ways do you want to feel empowered, and how you want to feel after, how you want to reflect on the experience and be like, oh my God, like that was amazing, I'm amazing, like I can do this, not just like I can't do this, I need all this intervention.
And what did you do then to prepare for that, for the mental and the physical this time around?
So the first thing is to get a doula. That is the first thing that you have to do. And you need to like go to all your supports. So get like your family, your friends on board, no matter how many times everyone's going to tell you that you're crazy and that just shocked. Like, I don't know how many times I told people that I hired a doula, and just the reactions that I got were like crazy. Whereas like no one really knew what it was, and no one really knew why was I doing that when I am going to go into the hospital and like all the nurses are going to be there. Like, why would you want a support system? But if you really, really want to get like a good experience and a positive experience, I think that you need the supports. Definitely for me, like you have someone there, like during my birth, like the thing that you were saying to me. So I was saying like, I can't do this. And then I remember you were just saying, but you are doing it. Whereas, and that was like taking me back in the moment, because I was thinking that you're just going to say you can do it. Mm-hmm. Where you were like, no, you are doing it. And then I was like, oh my God, I am, do you know?
Yeah.
Like, and that like, you're just, you know what to say, you know how to support the person in the moment and what they need, and you build that relationship over the time. I hired Lorraine as my doula very early on in my pregnancy, on my second pregnancy, because I knew from the very start that that's what I wanted to do. I found out I was pregnant at 5 weeks, and you were one of the first people that I ended up telling, and got the doula straight away. Well, got you straight away. And yeah, then just went from there with Lorraine, like asking her, obviously going through the birth plan, what did I want to do, reflecting on the first birth, and then you were helping me like implement all the things that I needed to do. There's a lot of like visualization, manifesting, affirmations are really, really important, because like especially at the end, all that doubt is going to be coming into your mind,
And on your second pregnancy, did you notice any shifts or changes in yourself?
More confident and advocating for myself. So as I was saying, I would have been like going along with whatever the nurses and the midwives were saying the first time, whereas then the second time I was like questioning them a bit, and I was questioning myself, like if they were saying X, I'd be saying, oh well, Y is X. Maybe I should be looking at X, Y, Z, and then I'd be making my decisions based on what I wanted to do. And then the second thing, just about being more confident and confident in birth, because I was 41 weeks, so it was a long time to be pregnant, and knowing you're pregnant from 5 weeks. And obviously at the end, you're just getting so big, you're so tired, and you want it to be over, you want to meet your baby. And at one point I was saying to you, oh my God, like I could see why, like you're just getting juice, because I'm just getting so frustrated at the end now. And then that's where your support system kicks in, because they're telling you, no, remember what you wanted to do. Go back like to your notes, go back to your affirmations, go back to your meditations, and just take a second and remember what you want out of this experience, and that you're going to get there. There is an end to the journey. It's not, you're not going to be pregnant forever. The baby's going to come out. It might take longer than you think, but they're going to come, and then you'll be happy.
I suppose when you got to 38 weeks on your first, and now you're gone past that time.
And here I'm thinking the whole time, oh, I'm going to go early, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I did want to go early, just because you don't want to just continue being pregnant unless you just love being pregnant. I mean, I didn't mind being pregnant, but at the same time, it's hard. And like when you have another child as well, and you just, you want your baby to come, and you want to start like going on with your life with 2 children and everything. But
and like you said, like you're now pregnant after 41 weeks, and you're tired, and you're feeling bigger, and you're like, I suppose that induction is now kind of really tempting. And what about external forces, like discussions you would have with other mammies or other pregnant women? Did you find that difficult around that time?
So there was a lot of pregnant women due in November for some reason. I don't know why. But everyone was saying like, oh, I'm booked for an induction, or they're talking about section, or like my baby's weighing big. And like I found that really stressful. So I was like, oh my God, I just need to block out all of that noise, because I'm like looking at my finish line. Like if I'm really into sports and stuff, so if you're thinking about like, I want to win this race, that's what I want to do. I wanted to win my own race, and I'm like trying to focus on my end result. And then you just have all this noise from the outside world, and like, that's crazy at the end. And I was like getting really like antsy at the end as well, because I was like getting really, really big. The pressure was like building all over my body. I wasn't sleeping at all because my back was so sore. Like I was tossing and turning. And then every night I was waiting, like, is tonight the night? Is today the day? Like, oh, like, will I, so there's a lot of external pressures, and there's a lot of noise going on for pregnant women. And then of course you have family and friends or whoever, have you had the baby yet? When is the baby? Blah, 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 the baby. And you're just like, go away.
You're about to explode.
I know there's a baby coming, trust me.
And what do you feel helped you the most to get through that part?
The meditations.
Yeah.
I listened to a lot of meditations, like in the car, anywhere, like I could, when I could get a second to myself, and the affirmations, because you have to keep telling yourself, like, and just try to be in the moment. That's what I was trying to do a lot, because you don't know what's going to happen in an hour, in 24 hours, in 40 hours. So I was trying to just be like, right now. And then that was one thing we worked on a lot. I was like, right now, this is where I am, and this is what I'm doing, and this is how I am. And that's all I'm going to think about. And then whatever happens next, we'll go from there. But let's just think about the here and now, and try to stay calm and centered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you did really well with that. Okay, so then that's your second pregnancy. How about your second birth then? What do you remember most from that?
The second birth was like totally different. So as I was saying, the main thing for me was that I definitely didn't want to be induced. So I was going to go into birth, into labor, naturally, and I wanted to know what that felt like. And then after that, I wanted to have a natural birth, but I knew like it was going to be very painful. So I was like, if I could, I would have gotten in the epidural. I didn't have time for that, thank God. So I got exactly what I wanted in the end. But I was like trying to get it, but there was just no time. So yeah, went into labour naturally, which was really, really nice because that's what I wanted. And started off slow, but after like 20 minutes, half an hour, everything was going so fast. And like it was obvious that the labour was moving very quickly and the baby was coming very quickly. So yeah, at 2 o'clock in the morning, had a contraction. And then she was born at 4:30 in the morning. Wasn't it 4:30?
Yeah, something like that.
So that's very quick. And I used gas and air, and like it was totally different even in relation to like the first one. So I was lying on my back, and I even for my first, I knew that I didn't want to be on my back because I had tried to like, teach myself, but again I was on my own. Like I didn't have anyone else, a professional like yourself, like helping me.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what your job is. Like everything. Like you can't just go in on your own and try to advocate for yourself when you're in that much pain and you're in that situation is really, really hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I was on all fours, which was great. That's what I wanted to do. And yeah, the contractions were coming strong and fast, and like it was really, really powerful. It was really, really intense, but it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the baby came out, and like I was like, oh my God, that's it. Like it's done. And yeah, I'd say like the best thing was like when we were like looking back on it and I was reflecting, I was saying like that I would do that again, like that was an experience that I wanted. Maybe a little bit slower, not as fast, but
yeah, it was intense.
At the end of the day, like it's still like, quicker, better, I suppose it was done then.
And was there a moment like, I suppose, not during the labour because you can't really think too much, but was there a moment where you felt, wow, this is completely different?
Yeah, for the whole thing. Yeah, for the whole thing, I felt like it was really different because my plan was to try to stay at home for as long as I could, but I was only at home for an hour in the end because everything was moving so fast and like we needed to move it like into the hospital because that my plan was to have a hospital birth. And yeah, like after when the baby is born, like it's so strange because like all like the pain goes away. Like it's really, really weird experience.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, no, this is different. And I did it. And like we can do this. Women, like we're able to do this. Like it's just so crazy. Like you just think, like I was in shock when I was told I'm not going to get an epidural. I was like, oh my God, okay. And that's as well in my mind when I was like, there's no going back now. You need to zone in. This is what you wanted to do. And this is like where you're at. So zone in and get it done. And yeah, it was great.
Yeah. And is there anything that surprised you about this experience?
I was surprised I actually did it. I was so surprised.
Yeah.
Like that was like the whole intention. But I don't know. It's like there was still that doubt inside of me. And now that I've done it, I'm just like thinking, oh my God, like, you know, you're so powerful. You're so strong. Like you should believe in yourself, like the power of the mind, the power of the body, like, and the power of having the support that you can do anything. Like.
Mm-hmm. And how do you think this experience has shaped you as a mother?
Oh yeah, it's totally different.
Yeah.
I'm way more confident. I'm way more relaxed.
And you weren't first time around?
No, and the first time around I was like trying to be so perfect and wanted to do, like, obviously, you want to give your child the best and you want to make sure that everything is right, but you are the perfect parent. You are their world, so you are perfect for them. So I'm like enjoying the experience a lot more this time. As you can hear in the background there, she's only 4 months old now. But yeah, I'm like soaking it in a lot more and not just like being so technical. Like, you know, you should feed them at this time, bed at this time, take them here at this time, do this at this time. I'm just going with my instincts and with her cues from the baby. So I'm really like following her lead. And yeah, I suppose I already have a child who's 4 years old now. So that does make it a lot easier as well. Because, you know, I suppose I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit more. But like, I definitely feel like I'm a different person. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
I love it. And so you said you definitely feel like you're a different person now. So who are you now that you weren't before?
I'm just strong, confident, calm, and focused, like on my life, on my family, on my children, and the things that make me happy in life. Yeah.
Okay. And are there any nuggets of advice or tips that you would give someone else navigating pregnancy at the moment?
Yeah, I would say if you're pregnant and you're navigating pregnancy, just try to relax as much as you can, live in the moment, advocate for yourself, be confident in your decisions, and know that there is other pathways out there for support, and that you have options when you go into the hospital, when you're talking to your doctors, your nurses, your midwives, and that you can make the decisions for yourself, for your pregnancy, and for your baby.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks.